Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Mazdon Wokike. Today I want to discuss on this triangle called the Bermuda Triangle of drug effects. In the triangle, you can look at the left side of the triangle, gearing towards the apex, you see the drug overdose. Coming down at the right side, you see drug intoxication. At the base of the triangle is what we call drug withdrawal effect, and at the middle of the triangle you see drug harmful use, which is the Bermuda Triangle of drug abuse. I really want to conceptualize on this, and I want to tell us what the Bermuda Triangle is all about. The Bermuda Triangle, which can also be called or be known as the Devil's Triangle, is an urban legend focused on a loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, where a number of aircraft and ships are said to have disappeared, lost under mysterious circumstances. The idea of the area as uniquely prone to disappearance that is proves to disappearance arose in the mid 20th century, but most reputable sources dismiss the idea that there is nothing like that in nature. But today, I want to relate this particular triangle and conceptualize it into drug abuse and misuse, which I can call it the the triangle of doom, or the Bermuda's drug triangle, or the Dom's Bermuda triangle of drug abuse. You can call it Wokike's Bermuda's triangle of drug abuse. This triangle is trying to tell us that we have three basic drug effects that can land an individual to an invisible point of self, where the individual personality will become deteriorated and the individual will automatically becomes affected with the harmful use of a particular substances, be it cocaine, amphetamine, cannabis, marijuana, be it any form of drugs. The potential effect of the drugs is what we are trying to describe in this video. That's why I call it the Wokike's Bermuda's Triangle of Drug Abuse, because it is a triangle that encompasses the three basic drug effects. And what are these drug effects? One, we talk about drug overdose. An overdose is when there is an excessive intake of a particular substances, and these substances continue to be more than your blood volume, the possibility of the drugs controlling your ability and your potential functioning becomes inevitable. When an individual says something is becoming overdose, that means they have taken above the dose of that particular substance. Ordinary, the threat of the individual can dictate the substance. Ordinary, the individual's breath or the saliva, the hair, the substance can be identified. So, drug overdose is when the amount of a particular drug or substances is above the blood volume of an individual, which is beyond the capacity of the individual tolerance level, and you know what could be the potential effect of that can lead to high blood pressure if it is a group of drugs known as monoamines. Let me first of all be specific to the catecholamine group of it, like dopamine or that of norepinephrine or epinephrine. Because monoamine is related to catecholamine and indolamine. The catecholamine is talking about dopamine and the epinephrine, and indolamine is talking about the serotonin and the melatonin. Either of these have its benefits. But the one that have potential function of increasing the dopamine level is because of more of targets in this particular discussion. For instance, opioids. When you're talking about opioids, your mind should go to the cocaine products and heroin, or even sometimes even drugs like amphetamine, methamphetamines can also potentiate the dopaminergic neurons. Hence, the overdose of it can lead to the death or destruction of the receptors that is responsible for the absorption of this particular neurotransmitter into the individual's postsynaptic cells via the G protein pump transporter or transporter. But let's not go that because in the 100 billions of cells in the neurons or the nerve cells, we have plus and minus 500 of dopamine receptor sites. So you see that in the brain cell, the GABAergic and the glutaergic neurons is or the receptor is higher than that of the dopamine. But dopamine has a major function. Remember, it is an inhibitory and excitatory neurotransmitter, but not major excitatory, neither is it major inhibitory. So it excites GABA and inhibits glutamate. Because glutamate and GABA are the major neurotransmitters that is in the brain. But that's not the area I'm going. Let me go to the drug intoxication. Intoxication, as we all know, is nothing but when something that's supposed to become normal in the system have started causing issues because of the amount. Remember, we started from the overdose, then from the overdose of the drugs, there's no how we cannot move to the effect of the overdose. Then intoxication is just like being excited, being euphoric, or being aberrant because of the effect of the intoxicants. So intoxication can also be seen as a way of poisoning or causing a normal neuron that is already okay to become toxic because of the presence of some intoxicant. So considering this triangle now, we gearing towards the intoxication aspect of this triangle. We want to tell you that the possibility of the individual becoming toxic in some of the vital organs is, is inevitable because the amount of drug use determines the amount of destructions of the organs that will be toxified. The toxic nature of the organs can take the individual to a Bermuda level where the individual might die, might get lost, and the individual may not be able to realize his normal state of mind. That's why I call it the Bermuda Triangle. So please, when we are talking about this Bermuda Triangle, some people can also mention things like devilish triangle, evil triangle, yes. But remember that Bermudan Triangle is what is not normal. The Bermuda nature of everything is abnormal nature of everything. So the drug intoxication, which is the poisoning of the vital organs of an individual, can take that individual to death. Now let's go into the other one, withdrawal effects. Drug withdrawal effect is a way of causing some physiological or psychological effects in an individual because of the individual's ability or withdrawing that individual from taking a particular drug or the individual ability of not taking a drug for some period of time, either induced by a by a therapist or that individual trying to abstain from that particular drugs. So all this is as a result of drug harmful use, which is the middle point of this Bermuda's point or Wokike's Bermuda triangle of drug abuse or drug effects. So let's talk about the physiological perspective, the dangerous effect of this Bermuda's triangle. When there is an overdose of a drugs, the possibility of the individual having problem in the blood volume, hence the blood circulation will become deadly and poisoned. Hence, the possibility of the individual living may become doubtful. For instance, alcohol overdose. You are already in a Bermuda level of life because you will see some vital nutrients. Let me say the vitamin B1 will be affected. So, what about the drug intoxication? When there is intoxication to the extent that you become highly poisoned by a particular substance in the system, the possible effect of having effect in your neurotransmitter become inevitable. The neurotransmitters and where it's supposed to function. Let me say, for instance, if it is dopamine, the nucleus accumbens will be affected, the prefrontal cortex will be affected. What about the striatum? So when all this area is being affected, there is possibility of an individual manifesting with series of Bermuda's reactions. Withdrawal effect is the worst of it all. So this depends on the individual's idiosyncratic response. Let me say the genetics plays a role or individual personality and the person's ability to curtail a particular substance. So I want to draw the curtain close at this point that be careful on what you take and how you abuse a particular substance because of the Bermuda's effects of that drugs. Hence, I bring this triangle to your notice known as Wokike Bermuda's triangle of drug effects. Where one, I talk about drug overdose, drug intoxication, and drug withdrawal. All is as a result of the drug harmful use, which is at the point of the triangle. Thank you and God bless you as you follow my video. I will keep uploading more. Bye.